Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Monday, July 18th, 2022. People, look, you and I have a clear, absolutely freaking crystal clear picture as to what is going on right now. It began on Friday. You remember that? When the market took off after the announcement that the ECB, European Central Bank, was going to embark on some new bond buying extravaganza. Literally, it's unlimited. The market rallied off of that, and this morning stock futures are higher across the board yet again. As I have covered, I spoke about this yesterday in my Markets A Look Ahead. I wrote a whole paper about this, which is available to anyone for free on my in my free newsletter. Link in the description of this video. What central banks are doing right now, I mean, it's in our face. This has gone beyond quantitative easing. Now, forget about quantitative tightening. You remember that whole narrative that was going on for a while? Oh yeah, central banks are going to stop buying bonds. They're going to vastly cut back. Really? How did that work out? Well, it didn't here, and the Federal Reserve is going to follow suit either overtly or covertly. They're going to buy it all. That's what's been going on here for weeks, ever since the day that you and I witnessed that sell-off in the debt market and that uncontrolled spike in the 10-year yield, which we all knew was coming from years and years ago. The same day, people, that happened is when the European Central Bank started to buy more debt. Federal Reserve followed suit, and now we have this unlimited bond buying program. I don't know why. Oh, actually, I do know why. This is not getting more coverage on the mainstream media outlets. You can't know this stuff. Again, it must be hidden from you. The propaganda, the lies, the distractions. Look, here's the situation. It's very, very simple. Central banks are willing to and want to, quite obviously, wipe out and destroy the entire economy just so it can keep the stock market propped up. Let's put this another way. Central banks are willing to sacrifice the global economy by design. You know that's what they want to do, to issue in their new system, just to keep the stock market propped up. I don't know what to tell you, but right now, that's the situation here. When you have central banks with unlimited firepower, because that's what they have, at a cost, surging inflation. Let's talk about that for a moment. What do we know is going on and has been going on? I mean, this is common knowledge, and you got the propaganda ministry. They're admitting it too. You got real wages, that is what people are earning, weighed against the skyrocketing inflation. Real wages are cratering at their fastest pace in history. You have a savings rate in the negative. And what are people doing? They continue to borrow. What an environment we have. Personal debt, household debt, consumer debt off the Richter scale. And it's not going to stop here. This is a mechanism, as you all know, to create more slaves to the system. You can't borrow your way into prosperity. But this is what people are doing right now because their earnings aren't keeping up. They can't afford to make ends meet normally. So what are they doing? They're not saving anything. So they're just borrowing just to get by here. Look, I'm listening to Bloomberg this morning, and maybe some of you were as well. And you got that creature with the bow tie and the glasses, whatever that freak's name is. He's talking about how strong the U.S. consumer is. Really? How about that's not true whatsoever? But again, they have to convince you that everything is just perfect. Anyway, that's the story this morning with the propaganda ministry, dog shit, cat shit, whatever the freak it is. So on the back of, again, this week, beginning an unlimited bond buying extravaganza by the European Central Bank, and whatever the Fed's going to do up the back door, in the back door, out the indoor, whatever it's going to be, you got stock futures higher across the board. You got the dollar right now weaker, pretty substantially, down about 0.5%. But I still believe the trend here could be higher on the dollar, at least in the short run. Let's see what they pull off here moving forward. Central banks are really going out of their way right now to distort the system more so than it is already. You got crude oil here higher by about 2%. WTI hovering around $100 a barrel. You got gold and silver right now catching a bid. Bitcoin over 22,000 right now. Okay, I think the potential here is, and look, I'm not telling you to go out here and buy Bitcoin or anything for that matter. Okay, but Bitcoin looks good to me here. Will I be getting back into crypto? Undoubtedly. It's just a matter of when. Today, I plan on buying more of ticker JEPI, okay? I'm not saying you should buy it. I've been buying a lot of this as of late. I am back in this market in a big way, and I will continue to buy, no doubt about it. I'm not telling you to buy it, all right? I'm just saying this is what I am doing. You understand? I hope so. All right, people, look, so the story is very, very clear, and it should be to you as well. Central banks are now trying to embark on yet another round of quantitative easing on the most, I don't know, on steroids off the Richter scale, in an attempt to foster a risk-on environment. That means pushing cash back into the stock market at the expense of the economy. Understand, when any central bank, they have unlimited firepower, decides to add an unlimited amount of digits to a screen so they can buy assets, well, that should be a no-brainer to you. It's massively, massively, and freaking massively inflationary, but they don't care about it. Again, we've been hearing about how much central banks, they really care about inflation. They're really going to do something. Really? Oh, then why is it that you have this new unlimited bond buying program, which is going to be followed up by other central banks as well? But don't call it quantitative easing. Oh, no. Don't call it more stimulus. All this is doing is, of course, going to stimulate the stock market. Is it going to work longer term? No, it can't work. Again, the market's probably going to get a boost. Did on Friday. It looks like it's going to get a boost today. But again, what's the price? The cost is much higher inflation. And what are people going to do? More than likely, they're going to continue to borrow and borrow some more and then borrow more on top of that without putting a single dime away. What a scenario. I mean, I'm laughing, but it's pretty pathetic, honestly. And I believe that you understand what's going on, honestly. All right, so look, this is the situation. I want to hear from you. What do you think about what you are seeing right now, what you're hearing, the propaganda ministries, the distractions, the this, the that? Is your life about to get a lot better, or is it about to get a lot worse for everybody? Because I can promise you right here and right now, what central banks are doing and what they're about to embark on in no way, shape, or form is going to benefit a single member of the middle class, which is that group of people here globally that are under attack. They have a target tattooed on their face. I've been telling you this for the longest freaking time. They're being eliminated, they're being exterminated, and they're dancing their way on the Titanic here, borrowing and borrowing and borrowing. Oh yeah, look how much I just got an increase in my credit limit. I'm going to go use it all, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to buy this, and I'm going to go out to restaurants, and I'm going to take my friends out. This is what's going on right now. They've lulled people into some kind of sense of everything is just fine as long as I can continue to borrow. Imagine that, really. Imagine that kind of a scenario. I really sincerely hope with all my heart that is not you. Honestly. If it is you, you're in a lot of trouble. I don't know another way to put this. All right, look, so in summary here, on the back of what appears to be an unlimited stimulus this week, beginning today, from the European Central Bank, stock futures are higher. Stocks took off on Friday. Will this persist? That's the question, all right? Answer this question. Do you believe that what the European Central Bank is doing starting this week, do you think that's going to actually help or hurt the market longer term? What do you see playing out? Ponder these things. Please comment. I will read the comments, and I will see all of you later, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm out of here.